never been go.
I will never miss it again.
No, this is good news. And the microphone was on.
I mean,
It will be
Leslie
in-
put it on our calendars the day after it was finished. It's okay. Yeah.
But sincerely, thank you, staff, for everything you did to make my trip good, and it's gonna be in Houston next year.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
That's the worst.
You know that song, Hello
No,
Houston?
no, it's okay if you know how to maneuver.
We'll start some beef with Houston while we're on that.
Yeah, I know, right?
I kind of do that.
Call it
when we're
out.
talking about it.
Call it out.
Go
H
once,
town.
right?
It's not the easiest town to get around in.
It's not. But
If you're not
know,
going fast, it's a problem. As long as you're going fast, nobody has a problem.
We were there in May, and Tony was jogging downtown, and he had to get in a fight with a homeless guy, and it's the best day of my life. My husband to get in a fight with a homeless man.
Tony's pretty hard to get into a fight.
Yes, he is.
When I was over there, it was
For you to get
EDC,
to
EDC, EDC, everything EDC.
Oh,
The
nice.
guy
EDC.
didn't know why
I
Tony
love
was
EDC.
running in this one lane.
Yeah, that's nice.
We have a green halo.
Yeah.
This is great information for people who want to travel to Houston.
Thought they did.
Did you stay through the whole thing for Friday?
Oh, no question. No, I did not. I skipped lunch, trying to cut back. You know, but it was good to see a lot of people.
Who wants to lead us in prayer today? I don't mind. Somebody? Zach's got it.
I don't mind either, but hey, go ahead.
We'll now hear from the book of Zechariah.
Wow.
It would take me a second.
I won't say that.
We're almost there.
Easy on the gavel. Or either prepare me.
I don't know, you'll probably
As soon
be
as
extra
the-
zealous today.
My elderly years are burning sometimes.
We could put it on the other side.
Republic.
I could.
Do it with
Hey.
your left hand.
I'm not ambidextrous.
Good party?
I did karaoke.
Did you?
I did.
Hello, everybody. We're going to get started in about 10 seconds. Let's get ready to govern. Make sure it's not upside down. No, that's the right way. All right. I'll now call to order this meeting of the City of White House Council for today, October the 10th, 2023. Time is 6 p.m. Ms. Hargis, will you please call the roll?
Yes, sir. James Wansley.
Here.
Zach Briscoe.
Here.
Georgia Harris.
Here.
John Chambers.
Here.
Michael Lowe.
Here.
And Heath Rosenstein.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please stand if you're able and join Councilman Briscoe as he leads us in a word of prayer.
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for your many blessings, and please guide us tonight as we conduct our city's business. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Please join the council in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
That sounds great. Please be seated. All right, that takes us down into something I've been looking forward to all day, presentations. Number one on the list is the Eagle Scout project presentation by Garrett Fritter. Garrett, will you please approach the podium? If you could tell us your name and address and show us what you got.
Garrett Fritter. I'm working on my Eagle Scout project, and my project idea was to make birdhouses for White House City Park between 4 and 7, and I was planning on installing them on December 9th of this year, and we were going to make them at a discount for them.
All right, so birdhouse projects, and where would these be installed?
The trees at White House City Park.
Oh, the city park, okay.
Good.
Excellent. And I see that they have a label at the bottom, a little tag. Can you tell us about what goes there?
This is a picture from on Google. Can you explain to us what they will look like?
Yeah, this was what the birdhouses are supposed to look like.
Okay.
Like that's the general idea we were
Are you gonna add that little tag on the bottom of it?
Probably not.
Okay,
Okay.
and the food goes on the inside?
Yeah.
Okay. And how often does the food get filled up?
It's not a.
Not a
Not a
place.
single-
house.
It's just a house,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
just a
Yeah,
house,
so they'll
okay.
build their own nest.
And feed, it's not a feeder, okay, very nice. So
Bluebird,
it'll attract more birds, very, very good.
bluebirds, cardinals, all kinds of various birds, okay.
I like it,
I do
appreciate
too,
that.
I really
Yeah.
do.
Awesome project.
How many, I know you said, I don't think I heard the number, how many of you guys tried to? 4 to 7, okay, perfect, beautiful.
Wow, good.
And how are you, getting the wood?
We're gonna ask for some donations from some building companies.
Beautiful.
And we might need to fundraise some money if that doesn't work out.
Okay, that's one of the things I love about the Eagle Scout projects is the fundraising portion of it, where you have to go out and raise those funds in order to do a good project for the community. I think it builds a lot of character and gives you a notch on the belt on real life experience. That's great. I was hoping you were gonna say that. That's great. Awesome.
Are there any other questions about it?
I think that's all we had for you, Garrett. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. We look forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
I believe you said December 7th? 9th, December 9th, perfect.
All right.
Just in time for Santa to maybe bring a bird bed, right?
Yep.
What do you know, Santa is coming.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, whatever birds flying on the back of the deer.
All right, little paperwork exchange for the birdhouses, small price to pay. Thank you, Garrett. Appreciate
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you.
All right, and that takes us to item number 2, the Blackhawk Creek Trail Project by Miss Lillian Adams, Ford Project Scholar. Please join us up here, Miss Adams. Tell us your name, your address, and what you plan to do.
My name is Lillian Adams. My address is 10599 County Road 2173, White House, Texas. And I'm here to propose and get approval for my Ford Leadership Project.
Excellent.
First, you might be thinking, what is a Ford Leadership Scholar? It is a program that started nearly 15 years ago through the Texas FFA, granted by the Texas Ford Motors Company. At the end of each year, a thorough application is posted. 25 of those applicants are then invited to participate in a series of interviews that take place in Austin, Texas. From there, then 10 of those interviewees are selected to become the next year's Ford Leadership Scholars, which is what I'm here to present to y'all today. This group of 10 high school seniors from across the state then participate in the Laborers Week of Training, where we are taught how to advocate, educate, and incorporate. In order to receive the full scholarship at the end of our term, we must plan, coordinate, and implement a successful and impactful community service project within our hometown cities. So now you're probably thinking, well, why am I here? With this obligation, I met with Mayor Wansley and Ms. Black and regarding potential projects as well as the needs of White House back in August. We came to the conclusion that I will take my project to the most adventurous and nature-oriented part of our city, the Blackhawk Creek Trail. I'm here to present my ideas and plan as to what exactly I have in store for this trail. As this presentation goes on, feel free to stop me and ask questions, to clarify anything, and as this presentation concludes, I would like to get y'all's feedback and critiques as well as your approval in order for me to begin my project. First off, to give everyone a basis, my mission is to cultivate a sustainable wildlife education and recreation element to the Blackhawk Creek Trail by the spring of 2024. My purpose behind this project is to develop a sustainable and impactful project within my city for the betterment of my community, implement agriculture into my surrounding society for the progression into the future, and inspire others to become more involved within the community and the agriculture industry. Now that we should all hopefully have an idea of what I'm here to do and what I'm trying to accomplish, we can move into the meat and bones of the project. The way I will most likely go about completing this project is to take it one step at a time. So there are 5 main parts to this project that I hope to complete by the spring of 2024. First are duck boxes. So it's very similar to the boxes of the birdhouses that Garrett just talked about, but I would have a work day dedicated to building these. I would get students involved with the White House High School from FFA, NHS, and other organizations to gain community service hours and help me develop them. I also want to do ID panels, city signage, a front sign for the trail, as well as a official unveiling through an Earth Day tribute. So to dive deeper a little bit and give you all more insight into each one, it's first the duck boxes. So it has a very similar design to the birdhouses they all just saw. It would be, I would most likely go with the wood duck boxes where we would build it. I would gain donations or start fundraisers to gain the materials for these duck boxes. I would either do a post as pictured to the right and put them near the pond. There's a creek that runs throughout the trail, maybe put 1 or 2 like that. Just implement that into the trail for the ducks that live there. Depending on my budget and materials available, I would either go with wood duck boxes as seen here on the slides, or do more plastic ones, just depending on whichever route I take, as well as contacting different wildlife professionals and seeing their input, which they think is better. Now, the ID panels is my personal favorite part of this project that I'm most excited to implement to the trail. There are 3 different ideas that were presented to me as well as that I've come up with, and I enjoy all of them, but I'm trying to decipher which one exactly I want to go. So I met with Debbie Schaefer and Mr. and Mrs. Jennings a while back as well at the trail to kind of get their input and ideas on it. And Ms. Debbie Schaefer actually came up with the idea to do QR codes because the concern of like thievery and everything like that with other aspects of the trail that have already been implemented that came up, and so she had the idea to put QR codes out. And while I'm not against this idea, it's also not my favorite because I feel like I'm personally going to this trail to get away from technology. And so bringing in those QR codes would kind of defeat that purpose, but I'm not against implementing that into the other aspects. So my favorite would probably be either doing individual posts as seen on the right side of the screen. This is one that was put in the zoo, and I'll do something very similar to this, including like a name of the animal or plant that I choose to put on that post, as well as a picture, facts, everything like that. And I can include different wildlife professionals, naturalists, arborists, and get them involved to have accurate and factual ID panels. And then, because of that concern that came up with maybe them getting destroyed or stolen or anything like that, there was also the idea that I had to do 1 big or even 2 big billboards. And they could be put in the center of the trail, right between the bridge and like kind of the crossing point, and do 1 or 2 big ones. If we did 2, we could do like 1 for flora, 1 for fauna, or something to that idea. And just have all the information put on that. It could be cautionary, so like look out for this snake, or looking for this spider. This is what poison ivy looks like, just to implement that educational and recreational idea to the trail. And then the next 2 have to do with signage. The city signage was also a little bit concerned because I do understand that there's a problem with privacy because I don't want like some random sign in my yard. But if we could more advocate and expose the trail through signage, maybe if it's just like brochures or at a dollar store, or even just a sign down Torrey or Hagen, just to kind of say, hey, this trail is here. Because when people drive by it and they say, what's Blackhawk Creek Trail, that exposes right there. They can go check out the Facebook page, they can go check out the website. So as long as I can like have the room and know that that's a possibility, I can be able to work with people and see where and how I can go about city signage. And then another thing with signage is doing like a front entrance sign. So I'm not involved with, but I'm very close with a lot of the ag met kids in my school because I'm an FFA officer. I have ties with the ag teachers and the students in there. So I'll be able, all I need to provide is just the metal for that, and then somebody can take it as their own project and actually make the sign and cut it for free. And then that would probably be, I like the sign on the left, I like those ideas, I did much research. Something to that aspect, but more of the style of the right picture. And then lastly, the Earth Day tribute. This would kind of be our unofficial, official unveiling of it. So after I get all the different aspects that I'm trying to implement into the trail finished, we can do an Earth Day tribute where we invite either just elementary kids or all White House IC students to come out, learn about wildlife and everything that we've done with the trail. And that's it.
Wow. That's great.
Any comments from council?
I think this is absolutely, now, everybody knows I'm the sign connoisseur.
Councilman Lowe is definitely
I
your sign guy.
love
Yes,
signs.
he is.
And you have my full support, and I will help you with the signs. I've got tools, I've got a good back, and still, but I just think it's great, super idea, you know. I love especially the entrance. Why not? Make it big. And I like the other signage ideas about, you were mentioning, you know, Berkshires and other things, you know. And the staff has done a good job on some of the preliminary signs. I would like to see more, if I had a wish, down, you know, Corey, you know, if I could. It's just an idea, but outstanding job.
Thank you.
I wish you was gonna do a haunted trail or a haunted
That would be very cool.
park, because I had my mask ready, you know.
Yeah, it sounds like you're working with a lot of the people that are
Yeah.
involved in this, and that's great. I mean, you're bringing projects to something that they kind of started, and you're adding to it. So I was happy to hear you're working with Mr. Jennings on that aspect of it, and really reaching out in your community and taking advantage of all the resources that are there. Appreciate that. Takes more time, energy, and everything else to do that, but it's worth it.
Yes, sir. And the goal of my project through the week of training that we were really influenced to get our community involved. And that's the overall goal. Because I don't want to do it by myself, because it's a lot of work on myself. And I really think that if I get more people involved, especially with my FFA chapter or any other organization that I see, they will feel influenced to get more involved and maybe do projects into this in the future.
Excellent.
Do y'all have any concerns or y'all like everything?
No? When's your timetable?
So we have to get it done. We don't have a specific date. We have a year to do it, so I'm hoping to get it done by the spring of next year, just as a solid aspect. So hopefully by like Earth Day, have it all completed.
And this is a requirement of your scholarship, so you're fully incentivized to get it done.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What do you need? What do you need that could help you? Do you need wood? Do you need contributions? What do you need that would help you further this cause?
The wood would be the biggest help in my opinion.
Okay.
I feel like I've been trained to kind of like go get fundraisers, maybe go speak to people, but the easier access I have to resources such as that, maybe even metal for the signs, that would be amazing. Because I have built a network, but I'm always trying to continue expanding that network. But that's something that I can handle on my own, but like more of the researching and budgeting and resources, that would be a big help with any of that. So.
You plan to have a contribution, what do you call it, avenue for people that want to contribute? I will contribute, you know, because I love to see the youth engaged, you know, and so you'll make sure that that happens, because, you know.
Is there like a website or?
Yeah, a website or a QR code or something.
That was another thing. So I did talk to Mr. Jennings, and he said that there's already Facebook out there, and I like scrolled through it. It's really updated, really cool, cool source. And then I think he said there was already a website started, but I also had the idea to maybe like either update it or even start a new one to have like maybe it's just like a website just for my project to kind of expose what I'm doing, and then people would be interested to go check out the Facebook or go check out the website.
Okay. It was a great presentation, very detailed. You didn't use a lot of crutch words. You kept moving well for presentation skills. I would give you on a scale of 1 to 10, probably at least a 7.5. It's very good at such a young age to have those skills. I know people, and I get to meet people as I travel, and I wish they had your skills. So very well done, well laid out. clear, concise, and to the point. Very
Yes,
nice.
sir. All thanks to the FFA.
Yeah, well,
Take that.
congrats FFA.
Sir.
Yeah.
I think the Park Foundation
Okay.
may be the best.
Yeah,
They're-
just route stuff through the Parks and Recreation Foundation.
Okay.
Make
What it
make
sounds
eye
like, that
contact with Mr.
conversation.
Jennings
Yeah.
back there.
That's
Throwing-
what it sounds like, that conversation.
He tried to pull his hat
Okay.
down.
Will we get updates throughout the year of how the project's coming and?
Yeah, that would be great. Feel free to, send stuff through Mrs. Black and she can push it out to the council and especially when it comes to needs, then, we can take it through our channels as well.
Yes, sir.
Let us
I'll
know
help you with your venomous
where to
snakes.
contribute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Miss Adams.
Thank y'all.
Good job.
This is probably my favorite presentation section of any council meeting I've been in. The next thing is number 3, where introduction of new police department employees, Stephen Martin, Charles Bailey, James Hollister. Chief, take it away.
Right. Council, it's another great night.
Hmm?
This is a result of us being able to get 3 people hired. And we've got one more that will do a presentation later in the year once they get out of training. So another great night.
Yes.
Excited to have these guys here. So we're going to start with the order they were hired by, Mr. Bailey. So, sometimes we do the pinning and all that because of timing, and I'm gonna blame T-Cole as part of the problem. It took several weeks to get stuff passed through. We want to get them out on the street as quickly as possible, so we're just presenting everybody tonight. So, you have any family here tonight?
No, sir.
Just you, because you're just gonna work.
Yeah,
He's
so-
been working all day, he's been 12 hours, and he's here.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
Officer Bailey's originally from Nacogdoches, so an East Texas guy with us. He and his wife Kristen have 3 children, Charles, Sawyer Quinn, and Swayze McRae. Is that right? Okay. He comes to us with over 7 years' experience, so again, having that lateral helps us out. He's worked for the Henderson Police Department and Russ County Sheriff's Office. Once he completes his field training, which he's in right now, he's going to be serving as one of our school resource officers. We're not sure exactly where yet, we're working on some of the details. But we're excited to have him as part of our team, and we look forward to the great things he's going to do in the school. So we're excited to have him here. So this is Officer Bailey. Okay, he's ready to go.
Welcome to White House, officer.
Martin, Officer Martin.
Get back to work, is that what Chief said? Get back to work. Oh, okay.
It's been a long day, he's been here since
Okay.
6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I know.
All right, you can face it away, you can face it. You may not want to.
Your good side, yeah. We get the good side.
All right, this is Officer Martin. He was born and raised in Henderson, so another East Texas boy here. So in 2001, he joined the Army and he served there for 4 years. He has over 13 years combined jail and law enforcement experience from Russ County Sheriff's Office. He and his family attend Southside Baptist Church in Henderson, and he's been married for 17 years. I hope you got these right, numbers right.
It's a matter of time.
Always scared for them. So he's been married for 17 years to his wife Jolene, and they have 2 sons, Mason and Asher. Is that correct? Okay. And we're honored to have Officer Martin join us, and I want to say I'm thankful for his service not only to our community but for our country as well.
Yes,
So thank you.
absolutely.
Again, we want to take pictures. You're welcome to come up here, take some pictures. Whatever you want to do, it's your moment.
Chief, will he be on the street, sir, or will he be in?
He's going to be working on the street.
Okay, okay.
Which branch, Officer Martin?
I was in the Army.
All right.
Oh, yes, sir, I was in the Army.
Oh.
Whatever you want.
Make sure to get Susan.
Oh, God.
That's great.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to White House, Officer Martin.
This This is Officer Hollister joining us.
We gonna buy him a vest?
We're working. So, he is hot off, right out, getting going. We just barely got him in here today. But Officer Hollister joins us with over 18 years' experience.
Oh, wow.
We've gotten 7 plus, 13 plus, 18 plus years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Of allowing us to do some of these lateral transfers. So, he too is an Army guy, 1989 to 1993. In 1997, he began his law enforcement career in Lampasas, Texas, and he has a unique career, and it really is. 2003, he went to work for DynCorp, which is an international civilian group where he served as a police officer over in Kosovo. In 2005, he and his family moved to London, Ontario, and so he lived up there until 2013. Is what I have, is that correct? 2012. Okay, so 2012. So he's up there 7 years. He worked as a special constable. I'm not going to say the college name. Fanshawe College. Okay. In 2013, started a new chapter in his life and came back to down here to East Texas and worked for Overton PD. In 21, he transferred over to Chandler PD, and now we've stolen him away from everybody. We have him, so we're excited about this. So now he's at what I would call, arguably so, probably the best department in his entire career.
Yeah.
So he's been married for 29 years to Monique, and they have 2 children, Natalie and Dylan. And we are grateful to have him join us, and again, thankful for your service to us, our community, and to our country as well. All right.
Is he on the street, resource
He'll
officer?
be on the street once we get his uniform.
I think you'll find White House a good balance between London, Ontario, and Kosovo. We're kind of somewhere in the middle of those 2 places.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you all. Welcome to White House. All right, we go straight from item number 3 to 4, which is Fire Prevention Saturday Proclamation. I have a proclamation to read here. One moment. Pull up. No, the cursive font loaded. That's cool. So here we go. The proclamation reads, whereas the City of White House is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living and visiting our city, and whereas fire is a serious public safety concern, both locally and nationally, and homes are the locations where people are at the greatest risk to fire, and whereas home fires killed more than 2,800 people in the United States in 2021, according to the National Fire Protection Association, and fire departments in the United States responded to 338,000 home fires. And whereas fire prevention education is the most effective method for preventing fires in the home, helps prevent fire-related deaths, and increases survivability. And whereas residents who have planned and practiced a home fire escape plan are more prepared and will therefore be more likely to survive a fire. And whereas working smoke alarms reduce the risk of dying in home fires by 50%, and whereas White House first responders are dedicated to reducing the occurrence of home fires and home fire injuries through prevention and protection education, and whereas White House residents are responsive to public education measures and are able to take personal steps to increase their safety from fire, especially in their homes, and whereas the 2023 fire prevention theme, Fire Prevention Saturday, effectively serves to remind us to stay alert and plan for fire in the home by utilizing escape plans, smoke alarm devices, and fire extinguishers where appropriate. Now therefore, I, James Wansley, Mayor of the City of White House, do hereby proclaim October the 21st, 2023 as Fire Prevention Saturday. Encourage the community to participate in Fire Prevention Saturday event and to support the many fire safety education activities and efforts in the City of White House Fire Department. In witness whereof, I've hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of White House to be affixed this 10th day of October, 2023. Thank you. Look forward to it. This is a proclamation of the things that Chief just constantly says. This will help. This will help. This is great. Thank you for that. All right. So that takes us down to item E, community interest. We have a few items to show here, Mrs. Black.
Mayor and Council, Keep White House Beautiful is hosting their citywide garage sale this coming Saturday on October 14th. So the map of all of the sales will be available on Friday, the 13th. As a reminder, our park survey is still out there and available. We will do another public meeting this coming Monday at 6 p.m. right here in the council chambers. Invite you all to attend. HAF has done a lot of hard work compiling the results of the survey and is looking for more input on how to prioritize some of those projects that they've heard the community would like to see. And then Fire Prevention Saturday will be Saturday, October 21st. Chief Johnson and his team at the fire department have some great things planned. If you haven't seen their fire safety house that they put up and go through, it's a great addition to their fire prevention program. They've been traveling to some of the schools and will continue to do so throughout the month, but I encourage you to attend. Encore will be there doing a live arcing demonstration, and they have quite a few other fun things planned for that day. So it's from 10 to 2 at the fire station in City Park.
Excellent. Yes, the firehouse was out the National Night Out, which was a very successful event. I was happy to see the turnout there. Rained at the end just in time to encourage everybody to go home. That doesn't always happen, but that was great. Anything else on the matter of community interest from council?
I just want to publicly thank the staff, you, the council, mayor, for letting me attend the TML conference in Dallas, and also to the taxpayers of this city. Everybody missed White House. I was the only one there, but we're busy. That's what I told everybody. We're busy. So I want to thank y'all for letting me go. And if you've never been, go once. So thank you.
All right, anything else on community interest? That takes us to.
Where are we on the, for community interest? Hagen, I was on Hagen today, actually, and noticed we're still missing reflectors. But I know we're in the process of something.
Yeah,
I've
the
missed a
quote
few
has been
meetings.
approved. We're just waiting on the vendor to get out and get the work done.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right, anything else? That takes us to public forum. I don't believe anybody signed up, Ms. Hargis, is that correct?
That is correct.
That's correct. All right, we have our consent agenda. There are 4 items on the consent agenda. Approval of the minutes of the city council meeting on September 26, 2023. Discussion, consideration, and action on Resolution R23-1010-01 Investment Policy. Number 3 is discussion, consideration, and action on Ordinance 23-1001-01 Official Newspaper Ordinance. And number 4 is discuss consideration and action on the notice of the election on November 7th, 2023 special election. So if no one on council would want to pull one of those things off onto the regular meeting, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make the motion to approve as presented.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. All right, with that, the consent agenda is passed, and we come down to the other action items, ordinances, resolutions, and public hearings. Number 1 is discussion, consideration, and action on the Youth Community Council Halloween event proposed project or budget. Is this you, Mrs. Black?
We have a couple of members of the YCC
Oh, they
here,
snuck in on me?
so
Okay. Yes, if you'd
I'll turn it
please,
over to them.
yeah, please come on up to the podium and state your name and address and let us know what you got going on.
Hi, my name is Victoria Morales-Rangel, and I'm the PR person for the Community Council. I'm Riley Upshaw, the YCC Secretary. Right. Well, our budget is for the Autumn Festival that we're planning on October 21st. We're planning on having a bunch of different businesses and organizations there have their own activities, much like the Trick or Treat Trail that the high school is no longer doing. So we'll have our pop-up movie theater as well. That'll be just after sunset. So we've got a budget and licensing for that. So we're excited about that.
Nice.
Y'all
What
ready
movie?
for-
What movie?
What are we selling? Hocus Pocus or
No,
Nightmare Before Christmas?
Oh, yes.
Thank goodness it's not the Blair Witch Project.
Oh my God.
I get scared.
If it was, yeah, if it was the other park, that would be a good place for that.
Perfect.
Kind of out in the woods. On the matter of equipment, what all do you guys plan on acquiring for equipment? There's one of the budget items there.
So we contacted Danny Shepherd to get our equipment for a pop-up movie theater. We're hoping to get, just extension cord from the ESC so that we can have access to electricity to pull up the pop-up movie theater. But that's just our equipment pricing for it.
Oh, I see. So the movie license is just the license to be able to
Right,
show the
just to
movie
show
publicly,
certain-
and the
Okay.
equipment's all movie equipment. I see. Excellent.
And that's gonna be here in the park?
Yes, not in the park, it'll be where the farmer's market is.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Perfect.
we'll be setting up right after the farmer's market is
Wow,
finished.
cool.
Okay.
Can we wear masks?
Absolutely, yes. Pumpkin contests, we'll have pumpkin painting contests, bunch of
Hey.
activities.
That is good. The good thing about the park is that it's gated and there's not access to the road for kids.
Yeah.
So we will need to be diligent about that.
Right. Most of the businesses and organizations will have activities and the booths set up around the perimeter. So it will be a little bit of a gap between the road and the activities. So we should be able to regulate kids being active around there.
What kind of marketing is gonna go on with this? Press releases? Like, how are people gonna know about it?
So I've already contacted, yes, we have
Flyers, okay.
flyers, we've given the city, our flyer for our QR codes and, sending it out to businesses and organizations. I've already contacted the city chambers and, the Chamber of Commerce as well, for them to send it out to businesses and organizations. We sent it out around the school to get clubs and organizations involved. We're posting it on our social media as well, so.
Okay.
Something that's been pretty successful has been arranging for a flyer to be sent home with the kids in their backpack. They just put them in the teacher's cubby holes, and then they take them in their classroom and they distribute them. That usually gets the word out pretty good too, if you can arrange that.
We can donate through your, YCC, right?
Yes, on our flyer, we have a QR code for group signups for their activities, and then on the right side, we have a QR code for donations, as well for brick donations as well.
We're gonna fund this.
Excellent.
Sounds like fun.
Well, it's
Yeah,
good to see the YCC pivot over to, you got projects that are kind of one thing you build it and it's there, and this one's more community engagement, so I'm glad to see you guys branching out into different things. It's nice.
Any
Very
other
nice. So you're here to get a little bit of money, right?
questions?
Help
Yes.
out? Is that right? Okay.
And
Just
Mayor
making sure.
and Council, we do have a line item in our budget, and this fits within those funds that are already approved. But when we set up the YCC, the ask was that if they were doing projects or programs, that they come present them to you all for approval, so that's why they're here.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
There will be candy.
Absolutely.
I'm in there. I'm in there,
No
okay,
doubt about that.
okay.
Very nice.
Any more
Well-
questions from council?
No, I mean, you guys seem to have it done. The only thing I don't see on there is the candy, but I guess, is that through a different line item?
Yes,
that we're
different
gonna be doing?
organizations, they'll,
Gotcha,
usually
we'll
they
be
bring their own
donating.
candy, and if they do, it'll be within our budget to be able to do that.
Perfect. That's great, yeah, thank you.
City candy would be candy corn, it would be fine.
Yeah, we don't want any of that.
No offense, Leslie, I'm sorry.
We also do have a plan B for our location, if it does end up raining, God forbid. Anthony Johnson at the rec center has offered to offer up his location. for
Oh,
us to
excellent, in the
move around.
gym. Yeah, that
Good
would work
thinking,
well.
good thinking.
Yeah, good,
Nice.
excellent. All right,
All right, I'll make a motion to approve, we need to that, okay, I'll make a motion to approve the budget for the YCC Halloween event.
Second.
Proposed budget.
I have a motion and a second, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Say no. All right, with that, the motion carries, congratulations.
Thank you,
Looking forward to
YCC.
seeing your events.
Have a good time. Yeah.
Good job.
All right, with that, we go down to item H2, discussion, consideration, and action on the Rose Meadows Unit 1 construction plans. Is this you, Miss? Okay.
Yes, sir, it is me.
Ms. Hargis.
Mayor and council, Rose Meadows is a planned development subdivision approved in July of 2022. The plat for the development was approved in December of 2022, and the civil plan review started around that time. After a few rounds of comments, we've now arrived at a set of plans that our engineer recommends for approval. As my staff report included, P&Z has not heard this. We received the last version of the plans on September 25th. A plan development, according to our ordinance, states that both the plat and construction plans be approved by the planning and zoning as well as council. In order to meet some required timetables, I could not get this to planning and zoning prior to the deadline, which is today. If no action is taken, the plans are approved by that inaction. Staff has asked for a legal opinion from our city attorney on these new regulations to help us better understand the new requirements. We will be reviewing his opinion and our procedures to come up with a plan in the near future to help us avoid this. For now, our engineer has reviewed the last version and is satisfied that all comments have been addressed, and staff recommends approval of the Rose Meadow Unit 1 construction plans. And I understand we have, the Rose Meadows engineers are here tonight. I'm assuming this
Yes.
is you.
Chastity Busby, for Benchmark Design Group.
All right, Chastity. So does, any comments from council on the plans that was presented?
On this project, would there be natural gas for the houses?
No, we are not planning on doing gas.
All electric,
Right? We weren't doing gas. Yeah.
all electric? Okay,
Yes, yes,
okay.
sir.
So you wouldn't entertain gas, I'm just curious.
The developer never mentioned anything about gas, so I do not believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this looks to be one phase of it. I think we've seen other
Yes.
plans where it encompasses the whole thing. This is just the north part.
Right.
And it looks like the entrance will be off of Memory Lane. That'll be the
Yes.
only entrance at first? Okay.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, there's some large lot sizes, medium lot sizes, but I think it's stuff that we've seen before. And you said all the notes were addressed?
Yes. Our
Okay.
engineer is satisfied that their comments have been addressed.
Similar to what we've seen before.
This is
You-
gonna be a gated community too, right? If I remember right.
Yes.
Correct.
You all have seen the plat that's in your packet before. That's the plat that was approved in 2022. I had no way of giving you the 40 or 30 pages of construction plans.
30 pages?
I don't know that we necessarily needed them, so.
Just curious, why Memory Lane and not Railroad Avenue? Just curious.
The entrance?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's just what the developer wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Well,
wondering.
Yes.
Getting the access easement across
the
what
railroad.
is
Railroad.
considered active rail.
Okay.
within the
Yeah,
city.
you don't wanna deal with the railroad.
No, yeah,
You have to go over them.
not unless it's Amtrak.
So do you know if the gate's gonna be built as a part of this phase, or is it gonna be gated afterwards?
I honestly do not know the
Okay.
answer to that.
I guess we'll find out.
Good question.
Any other questions?
30 pages. Right.
It was 29 pages of construction plans.
We try to be thorough.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you.
And Mayor and Council, again, this is largely the result of new legislation that has come out that has shortened those timeframes for staff, planning and zoning, and council review. And so in order to meet that deadline, that's why it's on your agenda tonight. Again, we'll work through our processes with our attorney to see what we can do to help alleviate or make more sense of those shortened timelines. Several other cities have gone to removing this requirement from planning and zoning and council approval, specifically for construction plans, because they are so detailed and nuanced, and our engineers thoroughly review them, and so we'll work through that going forward, but we needed to get this one before that deadline tonight.
So is this something where we might have to do planning and zoning maybe twice a month? Or kind of at an as-need basis, maybe up to twice a month?
That's an option, or you could remove the requirement that it goes to planning and zoning
Oh.
or council, which some cities have done for construction plans because they are more detailed and probably more appropriate for your engineer to review. Your review of the plat and the plan development would continue to stay at planning and zoning and council. It would give you that purview and oversight for the development as a whole.
Okay. Yeah, we'll look forward to an update on that, really.
I would suggest we keep planning and zoning in this whole thing, not remove that. That's like abolishing a treasurer in a county and relying on an auditor who is not an elected person to keep checks and balances separate. And that's kind of what that scenario would look like. And I don't agree with that. Just FYI on the record moving forward, I would say keep it with planning and zoning in the mix.
Even the engineering side?
All of it. The way it is now, keep it the way it is. But as you move forward to a new year, and I'm not on council, you can do whatever you want to do, but that's my opinion.
You can join planning and zoning.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, any other discussion on this?
No, I'll make a motion to approve the Rose Meadows Unit 1 construction plans.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. All right, with that, the motion carries. We're down to item H3, consider future agenda items. Anything you'd like to see on an upcoming agenda? Do we have
Yeah.
anything upcoming, I guess?
We do have a couple of things, so we'll need to talk about our November and December meeting schedule at our next meeting. We'll do an executive session on some legal updates that I need to give you. We have a proclamation scheduled for municipal court week.
Municipal Court Week?
It's
Okay.
my favorite week of the year.
It's not
The
quite, it's
fashion's
not quite
amazing.
Christmas, but it's close. Anything else you wanna see on the
Well,
agenda?
I mentioned last time about the library presentation, and I know they've got a whole new staff. And I wish we could entertain this maybe at a future date, having, when the staff gets more settled for the library, is bring in a presentation. The other thing is memory lane, man, it's just gonna be busy. I mean, it worries me how busy that road is. So, I don't know, maybe a roundabout one day.
A roundabout? In the
What do you
middle
call
of
it, a roundabout? Or
Yeah, roundabout, yeah.
But it's getting busier and hey, I love it. I love the growth. But man, boy, compared to 3 years ago, it's like unbelievable.
So did you wanna see an agenda item on that?
Not at this moment,
Okay.
but the library, I would like,
So you want us to put the library on the agenda and have them appear before us here?
I would like to. I know they have a new staff. I get it.
So are you wanting me to wait, or are you wanting me to do that now?
On libraries, he said memory lane, wait, but he's talking about library now.
I know, but he said.
Yeah, I said forget memory lane for right now. But, it's just whatever. Any feedback from the council about having them do a prezo?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, not 10 minutes, not 45 minutes, but 10, 15-minute presentation on where are they at and everything. And you could even have a board member come and speak. It's just my idea. I mean, we spend a lot of money on the library, and I love the library. So it's just my idea.
Yeah, it'd be good to have them here. The way I'd like to get them here is to approach them and ask them if they would like to appear, as opposed to just creating an agenda item and kinda calling them
Sure.
up here.
I agree with that. I do.
And if they're new, they need to
Thank
get
you,
their
Mayor.
feet on the ground and get
Yeah.
their arms around everything.
And if
And I
it
think
takes,
and I have a feeling, I'm like 80% confident that they would say, yeah, let's
Oh,
go
sure.
up there and approach. But
Yeah.
she might just say, oh, can we wait one more month, or, something like that.
well, as the keeper of the public's money, I just think it would be neat. I mean, they may have a problem that we can address. Who knows? It may be a good thing.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to give them a platform and have them
Yeah.
talk about the things that they're doing. I just wanna make sure that they're ready to present, and,
Yes, sir.
okay. So let's reach out to them and see how they feel about that. Anything else for future agenda items?
No, I just want to say, this is probably my last time sitting in the chair. I'll be out, the following meeting, and, the powers to be exchanged, I believe, before the next meeting in November. So I just want to say to council, it's been a pleasure, serving for our city. You guys have been open arms, you've been great. I have no doubt that, moving forward, this city is in great hands. We've got great talent on this council, and we've got a replacement coming into the seat that's way better than I could ever be as well. He's passionate, he's gonna do a great job, and, but I just wanted to say thank you publicly on the things that you have helped me with, but also being able to be a part of, so thank you.
So is this is goodbye?
This is
This
my
is your last meeting for sure, like the other ones?
Yeah,
in
I won't be,
conflict?
well, I won't be here the last week of October, and then November, right, we switch powers in November, so I don't.
Would you accept a White House city flag?
White House city flag? I'll accept anything you want to give.
Well, if you're not here for that meeting, if you could join us at another meeting.
Sure.
Where we can give you a proper goodbye, that would be
Yeah,
great.
absolutely, absolutely.
And I'm gonna clap for him, because let me tell you, he's got a family, he's doing this and that, and anybody like that gives back, I appreciate it.
I
You
appreciate
did
that.
a lot better than I did in my career, because I was just busy.
Okay.
Thank
Well, that will be a future agenda item at some point, so. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, item number HI, actually, executive session, which we have none, so that brings us to J, reconvene, we just did. And that takes us to item K, adjourn. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn until another date closer to home.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
That was a majority. We are adjourned.
Hey,
Time
man.
6:47.
No, don't leave me.
No.